have had a few questions this week about meal plans, so I wanted to make a quick video to help you if you're struggling a little bit maybe with your meal plan, because this is such good stuff. We have great resources and it's important to use them. You got this booklet with your challenge pack, and it's also online, so whichever version you prefer to refer to. But the information in this booklet is priceless. I would suggest reading this a few times, front to back, so that you become extremely familiar with it, because it has got really good information. And you guys, this system works. It's important to follow this because it works. It's going to keep you full. It's going to give you all your nutrition, which is going to give you tons of energy and clear up your skin and help with your blood work. So follow this. It's not a goofy diet, so follow this. What I would suggest when you first start trying to figure this out is to find the page that has the food list. Okay, so for example, you're going to look at your green container list and then write down the foods that you like here. Okay, you don't have to eat anything that you don't like. Okay, so take the time. This was what I helped with a challenger recently. I wrote down all the foods that she liked, and for each container. I know this is backwards, sorry. So that's how I would start, right? Go through every single page, every single category, and write down the foods that you like first. So then you have this list of foods that you enjoy, and you're going to try to get some of them in each day. You should already know how many of each container you get. Okay, so if you need, for example, I have to get 5 green containers in a day, so I'm going to just choose which 5 of these I'm going to eat today. Maybe I'm going to have 2 complete containers of spinach or, whatever. So I'm going to choose the foods, and then you're going to start spreading it out throughout your day. And I would suggest first starting with your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, what you want to have for those, and put that, for that I would use this that is in our files section if you want. But that's how I would start. Write down what you want to have for breakfast. Maybe you want to have your Shakeology for breakfast if that's easiest for you. Put a banana in it maybe and some peanut butter in it, and then you would count that as a teaspoon and a red, right? And if you put a banana in, it would be a purple. So now you've got breakfast figured out, and write down your containers, mark those off. At the top here, there's little check marks where you can hash mark off the containers as you get them figured out. And then for lunch, for example, this challenger wanted to have lettuce wraps with refried beans, rice, and chicken. Doesn't that sound good? So that's what we put down for her lunch. Mark off those containers. Now we know those are done. And then for dinner, she wanted to have chicken. She's trying to also feed a family, so she wanted something that she knew her family would like. So we just went to the Beachbody blog together. We did it on my phone. It just took a second. And we clicked on the chicken recipe tab. Go to Beachbody blog. Just search for that. And she chose this chicken parmesan. Came right up. It was the first recipe. So we clicked on the recipe, went to the ingredients, which you're going to need also to make sure you have those, and write down the containers. It also tells you the containers on that recipe, which is nice. So now we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the containers that go with those. So then look at your list of containers that you have left and fill in your snacks. Okay, so for example, my customer wanted to have vegetables and hummus for one of her snacks. And for the other snack, she was having cottage cheese and cantaloupe. Doesn't that sound really good? You might have something like an apple and almonds or cashews for a snack, some kind of a combination that would be filling for you. And you should try to plan to eat every 2 or 3 hours so that you can get all your containers in, first of all, because we all know it's a lot of food. And that'll keep you full. That'll keep you out of the snack room. It'll keep you, away from your bad choices. So get that all planned, and then make a grocery list from this. Okay, so check every single thing that you plan to have all day, and write it onto your grocery list. Then you're going to do that for each day. And you might try to stick to approximately the same containers every time for lunch. Okay, so my friend had a green, 2 yellows, and a red for lunch. So maybe tomorrow she's going to shake it up a little bit and have an egg sandwich instead of a chicken wrap, or hard-boiled eggs and a veggie So you're going to plan, maybe repeat some meals if you're comfortable with that, or repeat some snacks, and figure out your whole week. Okay, so let's say that Thursday night you want to go out for dinner. You and your husband are going to go out for a dinner. You know that you want to have a glass of wine with dinner, and you know you want to have a dessert. So if you can, go to the website and preview the menu and decide what you're going to have before you go. Okay, so if you're going to have a glass of wine, that is a substitute for a yellow. You don't get to fill the full container of yellow. The line, if you look on your shaker cup, it's like just a little bit of wine, counts as a yellow. And you can also substitute your dessert for yellow. So on that day, throughout the day before you get to dinner, just adjust so that you have those containers left. And then make a good choice with your dinner meal instead of going crazy with the bread. You know, ask them even not to bring it to your table. Maybe have a, you know, lean piece of meat and veggies, and ask them to leave off dressings or mayonnaise, any of that kind of stuff. And, you know, just don't be afraid to ask for what you want. The restaurants are more than happy to accommodate you. I think some of them really I think sometimes the chefs like to have some special new need to fulfill so that they can use their expertise to help you. So don't be afraid to ask for that. Okay, let's say that you have a particularly busy day and you know that your lunchtime is going to be rushed and you don't really have time to heat up your soup that you brought for lunch, and you know it's going to be busy. Maybe switch out and have your Shakeology for lunch that day instead of having it for breakfast. So think through your whole week and allow for things that you know that are going to come up in your schedule so that you're not thrown off and then you're all of a sudden, oh, we've got to order pizza because I'm not ready, we got home late. So we want to try to avoid that as much as possible. Try to have 3 cheats a week at the most. Okay, so if we're going to go out Thursday night, we're going to have a glass of wine, we're going to have dinner. That's 2 of our 3 cheats. So if it comes around to Saturday night, everybody wants to order out pizza and have chips and have an ice cream sundae, then you might want to avoid that because you already gave yourself a treat. Okay, so we get to have treats, but you don't want to just go crazy because I promise you'll feel better if you just stick to it. So I hope that helps. You'll also have your grocery list as well. And you guys really, it's important to use this Beachbody blog. These recipes are tasty and they're not very complicated. There are hundreds of recipes on here and they're pretty quick to find, pretty easy to find. You can search by breakfast as a category or chicken as a category and find wraps, or you can use even a search word. So I hope that this helps you. I hope that you will make an effort to plan. It's probably a change for many of you, but once you get in a habit of planning and prepping, you save so much time during the week. Put baggies on your grocery list. Okay, so that if you're going to have an apple and almonds for a snack, put your almonds in a baggie for each of those days you're going to do that. Or if you're going to have maybe peppers and hummus for a snack, slice your peppers and get that over with. Get them in a baggie, and so you have 4 or 5 baggies in the fridge ready for you to just grab and go, so that you feel strong, you feel healthy, and you can reach the goals that you have set for yourself, because you deserve to feel amazing. You deserve to have tons of energy and to have good health and be able to participate in life and go out this summer when it starts to get warm and go hiking and go do fun stuff with your family or fun stuff by yourself, whatever you find satisfying. So I hope this helps. Thank you.